in the video today, we're going to show you how a crab trot line works, how you load it, and basically how to get it going versus just showing you catching crabs. Let's do it. Alright, a crab trot line is 300 feet long where the bait is, and then we have another 50 foot and 75 foot for the weight and the buoy that you'll see out here. And I'll show you that when we get out there. But right now, what you do, the first thing in the morning is you go ahead and bait the line. This right here is, like I say, every 6 feet for 300 feet, so it's 50 baits on this line. And you got a little stretchy line here. I think, what do you call it, a parachute cord?
Bungee cord.
Bungee cord. And it tightens up on. Let's get to the next one. I'm going to show you one real quick. What this is a little piece of, this is actually a fuel hose. And this is that bungee cord. And what it does, you run it through there and catch it. I'll show you that in just a second. But you stick the chicken through there like that. And then you pull it tight, good and tight. And that holds the chicken on for the crab when he gets it right there. Now, Wade's going through it pretty quick there. I still got a long way to go here on this one. But I want to show you real quick how we actually do that. What we use here is 3/16 fuel hose, and you cut just a small piece off, 1/4 to 3/8 inch, and then you cut about an 8 inch off of this bungee cord right here, and you want to tie a knot right in the end of it, like this, like that. Alright, then you take any piece of wire right here and bend it on the end that will go up through it like that, and then what you do is you put this through there where you can pull it back through that again. You can adjust this a little bit and make it a little bit easier. But once you do that, what it does, it pulls it through there like that. And then you just take that off and you're ready to go. You just hook this onto the line right here. This will go onto the line, and that's how you do your baits right there. You just open it up like that, squeeze it tight. That's simple. Alright, once they're all baited here, in this particular method that I did, this is kind of like a Gigmaster method, I separate the weights from the line, because this line will get tangled up if you don't have it going in straight every time. Normally, it'll feed right out, no problem. As long as it goes in right, it'll come out right. But if you get it crossed up, you'll be in trouble. So that kind of helps me keep everything separated in it, and works for me. Some people don't use any kind of separation, but I like it. Alright, we're going to get it all loaded up. And then what we'll do, wait, now we'll load them up into the boat, get out there, and then they'll feed right out, and I'm going to show you that. Here we go. Alright, to work a crab trot line, you got to have a rig outside your boat that the line will run through so you dip the crabs. This is homemade. You make this yourself. And you hook it, get a way you hook it to the edge of your boat here, so that when you put it through here, it'll hold it. And I just made this rig here. Okay, it's hooked up here. Now you got this where the line will run through. I'm actually going to feed my line out when I do it from here too. So you get out here like this. I want to keep this organized. The first thing we'll do is throw this out. This does not come with your line. If you buy a 300 foot commercially with the things to hold the chicken on, you have to add this. And we added this right here. I made my own weight to put on, and you put a weight at each end of it. That keeps it taut, keeps it stretched out. So we're going to get ready to put it out right now. We're ready, Wade? Yep. All right, let's go for it. We're going to put the first one out right here. What you want to do first is drop your weight in there. Not real deep here. But what we'll do is get it all here. That will help the line feed out right there, going right through that. And I'm going to show you that right now. Let me get this in here. And you keep careful of that so it doesn't get stuck in your thing to rip it off. Now it should feed right out. As you know, I got my separators in here. So what we'll do is once we get down to that point, I'll pull that out and the chicken will feed right out onto the line. But we added this right here, like 50 foot to the buoy and 75 feet to the line here. Alright, take that off, and as you see, chicken's feeding right out, right there. Looking good. And as you see right there, the buoy back there. You want to keep this nice and taut. At the end, what we'll do is pull it tight to make sure it's nice and tight in here. So when you're going down the line, it's not drooping down at all. It's a nice firm line in there. So That's what we're doing right now. We'll get both of these over, and I'll actually probably show you catching a few crabs today anyway. I want to basically today show you how it works. Here we go. All right, we're coming up, and you can kind of hold it a little tight to make sure it's running tight, but when we get down to the anchor end here, we're getting ready to get to right now, you want to kind of hold it and make sure it's nice and firm. You actually can see the buoy on the end move when you do it, and then you drop it over, and it's in. Here we go. All right, we're getting the second one out now. There are no regulations how many of these you can have. I mean, you can put 10 out if you want to, but me and Wade usually just deal with 2 of them, dealing with them. But we're going to have 2 out and just keep running them back and forth. It's amazing how fast the crabs will get on these lines in just minutes. Crazy. Here we go. All right, after a couple runs, we got about 30 crabs probably at least. Not bad for a couple runs right there. Look at that. That is some good eating right there. All right, we'll actually pull on in to move it. We just rebaited it as it came in the boat. Actually, the tide, if you can go with the tide and just drift with the tide, look how easy it is. You're not trying to fight that wind and the tide and all. Just coming right in the boat, right with the tide. So that worked really well on this one. We're getting ready to reset this one and bait it out. I mean, put it out a little bit deeper water and see what we can do. This one only caught 1 crab the last 2 runs on it, so it's time to move it. If they ain't catching, you gotta move. Just like at the beach, if you ain't digging, you gotta move beaches, and that's what we're doing now. Here we go. All right, and we're off. Here we go. Boom. There we go. We're gonna feed this thing right out here. Get this thing over top here for kids. All right. Here goes the buoy. Oh my goodness. All right, slow down a little bit, Wade. All right, here we go. We're getting ready to feed out there. Woo! All right, you can't get caught up in that rope business coming out there. You gotta be careful about that. But as you can see, it just feeds out right over top the little plastic thing we built to put on side the boat. You can see them feeding right out. We're gonna head toward the deeper water right here. It was like 5 feet there. Where we're here, Wade, about 6 feet. A little bit deeper water here. We're thinking the crab's a little bit deeper, so get a shot here. We're about got a cooler almost filled up. I'll be going down the whole line and rebaited a lot of them. As you can see, there's not much left on some of these crabs. Eat these things up. Got a very fresh piece on it now. All right, we got it now. We got to go down here and pull it tight there. Here we go. All right, the next question is, what crabs can you keep? That is a male crab. As you can see, it's got the little straight up thing right there. That's a male, but he has to be at least 5 inches. And what we have here is a go, no-go gauge. That's 5 inches from here to here. So what you usually put point to point, from that point to that point. So you put him in there. If he doesn't hit both ends of it, he goes back. Now, let me show you one other type of crab. Yeah, actually, normally we're not going to put these in here, but I put these in here for the video. That right there. Notice how it's a triangle shape? That is an immature female. So that one you cannot keep. No immature females, they go back. All right, so let's talk about this guy right here. What is he? He is a male. So we'll put him on a go, no-go gauge, and he makes it. He is over 5 inches long from point to point, so we will keep him and put him in the cooler. Now, what else we got in here? That's a male, but it's not going to make it, so it will be going back. Yep, didn't make it. And this is immature female again, going back. All right, I want to show you a female too. Let's check that out. You got to check your state which ones you can keep. In the state of Virginia, you can keep females like this right here. I'm going to show you what a female looks like. It's got the little, almost like a half moon semicircle right there. That is a female. You can keep those. And like I was just showing before, any males 5 inches and over. That's what you can keep. As you can see, we got a pretty good mess of crabs in there. We're almost ready to wrap it up. Here we go. All right, that was one of our last run. They're starting to slump a little bit, but we're still catching a lot of crabs. We've got our 2 bushels in and everything, and we're going to go ahead and pull this last one more time. We'll go down it, and then we're going to pull it up and head home. What y'all think? Anyway, I'm hoping this is trying to give you an idea of more of the basics of what we're doing with the trot line and how we operate it. That's the main thing of this video anyway. All right, let's get this one. Go run down it one more time. Here we go. All right, this is a male crab, as you can see by the little thing right there. And he actually does not make it. I mean, it is so close. Look at that. He pretty much touched it on both ends, but he's just slightly underneath. But I just want to tell you one thing. When you see them out real white like that, sometimes they're don't have any meat in them. You get what we call rusty crabs, got that little rust on it. He's been in there a while and gotten fattened up. But that one's going back.